We're talking some Nemophila. We're going to talk about the whole song and what we thought about as a whole. We have musicians punching other musicians on stage to stay relevant since they haven't been relevant since the early 90s. And also, we're going to take a look at Justin Timberlake's weird DUI case and Devil Oof losing a member and much, much more on today's podcast. So please get ready, click subscribe, hit the bell for notifications if you enjoy content like this. We do go live every Wednesday and Sunday at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time to deliver music news on all the musicians that we love from all over the world. So let's go ahead and get into this. Nemophila song. I love this song way more than when I first listened to it. It is growing on me. I absolutely love the chorus. It's so good and so catchy. I can't stop listening to it. It's very different, which is good. I think the band needs it. They made it work with one guitar, and I love it. I didn't think it was going to grow on me that much. That song is now near the top of my list, man. I really like it. And that melody really carries it. It's a very unique melody when it comes in, and overall, it's like a solid 7, a 7 out of 10 I would give it. It's a really solid song, a really well-written song.
Dude, totally agree 100%. I was initially thrown off by that chorus that came in, but the more I listen to it, I'm just like, yeah, this is actually pretty fucking cool. So yeah, I've been jamming to it a lot at work. It comes up on my playlist quite a bit, and fucking dope song.
I am curious if they're going to have a music video for it. And when they're going to release it, I don't know if they plan on doing a music video. I'm going to assume they don't want to do one for this because it's like it does sound like an outro, in my opinion, but it might not be. So Jeff said on first listen, I liked it. It was surprised hearing people didn't like it too much. We listened to it twice on stream. We'll post a reaction soon, but I was unsure when I first heard it. I just knew I liked the melody a lot. I was unsure about the parts leading up to that melody.
Yeah.
And then once I gave it another listen, I'm like, okay, this is growing on me. It's actually a really top tier song. And this might be their new sound going forward. Who knows? Because they did a lot of different types of genres. I wonder if they're going to start settling into a Nemophila genre or a Nemophila sound in the future, you think?
I think so. I think this is probably the direction they're going to go in. I like the heaviness of it. That's the initial part that I really liked about this song on the first listen was just the heavy parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that alone made it a top tier song for me.
I love that it sounds like a modern metal song that's not fucking boring and the same shit done over and over and over and over and over and over again. I'm sick of the newer metal songs. They're really boring. Not all of them, but some of them are just like, for fuck's sake, do something different.
Yeah. Especially if you get to that more modern mainstream metalcore stuff and it all sounds the same. I'll agree with you there. But yeah, this is refreshing too, It has a new metal kind of vibe to it.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. That's what I was thinking too when I was playing it again before we started this podcast. The riffs are very new metalist.
Yeah.
I dug it. This next piece of news is where we talk about Jane's Addiction and the recent punch, I guess you could say, that happened on stage. More like a side check. I'm telling you guys, this is a way that you get your band noticed, okay? If you were famous once in the past and you're looking for a way to really step up your game and get on a spotlight again, just start punching your other band members. I promise you, it'll get you right back in the headlines again.
Yes.
All right. What the fuck?
What the heck? What the fuck?
Dude, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
First thoughts. He's doing lines of coke before the show.
Could be. So there's actually a theory in the article regarding this, right? And it's a statement that comes from one of the wives of one of the members. I believe it's the vocalist wife, but they had their theory as to why this happened. And look, judging by the clip, it looks like it's a pretty accurate theory.
What's the theory?
So the theory is that the music was actually so loud and the vocalist couldn't hear himself. He started getting pissed because he couldn't hear himself. That's why he was like yelling at him so like he could be heard. Because right before he got close to him, he yelled out, "Knock it off," or something like that.
Yeah, okay, but hence why I think he did a bunch of lines of coke before going on stage. Because how's that your reaction? If that the music's too loud, let me attack the guitarist? It makes no fucking sense.
It's like they're supposed to be bandmates.
If you're throwing punches, go to the sound guy and punch him in the face. If you're gonna throw a punch, let's be honest. If it's for that reason, I think drugs were involved. That's my theory to it.
I believe it.
I don't. What kind of fucking punch was that? What was he doing? I think
he was trying to slap him. Just give him a ye old little slap.
Dave Navarro is just shocked in this. You can see it in his face. He's completely like, what the fuck just happened? All together. Look at this.
He's another guy that doesn't age. Look at him. He still looks young as fuck. Minus the beard, but.
The singer aged.
Yeah,
that's
the singer aged poorly.
Tell you, bro.
Kind of looks like Willem Dafoe a little bit.
He does. So, according to Fox News, following the onstage outburst where Jane's Addiction frontman Perry Farrell punched guitarist Dave Navarro. I mean, come on, that was not a punch.
It was a swing. Fox. He took a swing at him, but that's it.
Fox News is fucking over here exaggerating a little bit.
Yeah.
The band did issue a statement. They were like, "We want to extend a heartfelt apology to our fans for the events that unfolded last night." The band wrote in a statement shared on their Instagram story, "As a result, we will be canceling tomorrow night's show in Bridgeport." Assuring fans that refunds would be offered at the point of purchase, the rock band offered no additional details on the perplexing incident.
Yeah.
Bro, if it's over loud noises, I'm going to laugh so hard and I'm going to be so happy.
Yep.
I hope it's over loud noises. Please. I hope he punched him for loud noises. Or elbowed him.
The thing is, how do you come back from that as a band? It's just like the singer, one of your bandmates just took a swing at you. How do you put that to the side and continue doing?
Yeah, as a body check, Ken, 100% a body check. Justin Timberlake got arrested after running a stop sign, swerving in his BMW. And the cops said he reeked of alcohol. He told them he only had one martini and was following friends home. At first, he pleaded not guilty to a DUI charge. Now, I'm not sure exactly what tests they did to prove he had DUI, but I will say this. Even if you smell of it, even if the tests come back negative, they will still book you either way. But eventually he admitted he messed up and told court he's had a lot of time to reflect on it, saying he is grateful for the chance to move forward and hopes to help others make better choices. I really hope he's sincere with that. The way that it reads, it sounds weird. But yeah, I really do hope he's sincere with it. The judge appreciated his sincerity, but thought just making a public statement wasn't enough. He wanted Timberlake to do some community service to really think about his actions. The prosecutor, though, argued that Timberlake's influence could be more valuable, hoping his message would show that no one, not even celebrities, is above the law.
But he got off with the slap on the wrist. It could have been, okay, hindsight, his actions in this thing are not that bad, right? But it could have been so much worse. He just swerved at a stop sign. There was no accident.
So I wonder how much, like, he still got charged with DUI either way. So like I said, they could still charge it even if you don't blow the .08, period. That's for sure thing that happens. They will take you in if you smell like it. Doesn't matter if you were drinking or not. If they smell alcohol, they'll still take you in. The Sag Harbor Police Department was part of the plea deal that knocked it down to misdemeanor charge. He's faced a non-criminal traffic violation. That's normal. That happens in the U.S. Dude, the fucking justice system here is a complete business that makes money.
100%.
They don't even care about this stuff. They always do the higher charges so you can drop it down. The boy band singer turned solo star and actor was also sentenced to a $500 fine with $260 surcharge, 25 hours of community service at the nonprofit of his choosing, and a 90-day suspension of his license. So, quote from them is, "I tried to hold myself to very high standard for myself, and this was not that," Timberlake told the news media and other outlookers after the hearing in the adjacent Sag Harbor Village court. "Even if you've had one drink, don't get behind the wheel of a car," he said. "There's so many alternatives. Call a friend, take an Uber. There's many travel apps. Still, take a taxi. This is a mistake that I made, but I'm hoping whoever is watching and listening right now can learn from this mistake. I know that I certainly have." I'm surprised he's driving himself places, being at the status he is. Honestly,
Fuck that.
I'm really shocked. I know celebrities drive. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not saying I don't know, but he's fucking rich, stupid rich. I'm really shocked he doesn't have a driver, because if I'm that crazy rich, I'm not gonna lie. Probably first two things I would invest in if I'm super rich: a cook and a driver.
Yes.
I never want to drive again, and I never want to cook again.
Yes.
You know what I mean? First two things. So to me, it was just like, oh, he was driving. That's interesting.
Some people enjoy driving.
I didn't know people that were famous drive.
Yeah. You know what's weird too? This is actually a common thing with ex-Disney people, because he was in the Mickey Mouse Club, and then there's a couple of people that were like affiliated with Disney XD who are on those shows. Those actors also got DUIs. It's at least a handful of them, but it's still common between them. Oh yeah, Lindsay Lohan too.
Yeah. Oh
That's
my gosh.
very interesting. Yeah, she's
There is a definitely a huge correlation with child stars just being fucked up in general.
Yeah.
So who knows? And then back then there was a lot of SA charges and stuff with some of the kids and directors, things like that.
Yep.
So who knows what's messing with their heads?
Just like he says it right here too, like that he holds himself to a higher standard, right? Like you have to when you're in the public eye like that. So that stress alone is enough to make people go crazy sometimes.
El Scamp saying in the chat, maybe he's hiding other indiscretions. He's totally hiding other indiscretions. I don't know that for sure, but let's just pretend he is. He probably is.
I think all famous people.
I think everybody has indiscretions, but guys, we have bands getting threatened out there. A lot of them. Murder Threatened. This is such a weird title.
Random bands,
and
too.
This isn't just with this band. We're going to talk about this band specifically here in a second, but there's been like quite a few things coming up about bands getting threatened, being stalked, being followed, murder threats. We just had was it Taylor Swift issue where she had to cancel concerts about almost getting, there was threats saying that they're going to take her out or whatnot. I can't remember where, over in Europe. So now we have another one that's in
Korea. There's a Korean band.
This is a Korean band.
Madman's Esprit. They're like they call themselves a depressive, suicidal, black and pop band.
Madman's Esprit is making depressive, suicidal, black and pop in Seoul, Korea. Wow. What a fucking description. And their second home, Berlin, Germany. So are they, some of them from Berlin, some of them from Korea? Is that what I'm getting out of this? What a weird genre name. But anyways, their fan club got a threat sent to them, and they passed it over to their management. So it says, what a title though, Murder Threatened. It has come up to our attention that an individual has made a threat against the MME concerts. We absolutely do not condone any sort of threats towards fans or the band. We have made Kinetic Vibe aware of this post and will leave the issue to them. However, we wanted to also make it known that this is completely unacceptable and these kind of things will be taken seriously. Do not do this ever again.
That's a strongly worded statement right there.
To me, when I'm reading that, it sounds like I'm talking to the guy that made a threat. I'm like, no, don't ever do this again. I don't know. That's the way that read in my head. Maybe I'm a little weird.
Yeah, but we're not making light of this. This is a completely fucked when people do this kind of thing. It's just,
it is.
People really want to enjoy themselves at these concerts, and a lot of the times the act doesn't necessarily represent the views or whatever of the artist, you know what I mean? For whatever reason, this person decided to make these threats.
Hataba said that this is the promoter / organizer.
Ah, okay.
It's really crazy that this is just popping up more and more as this year's progressed.
I think it's always been around. I just don't think bands really talk about it that much. I remember hearing a Dragon Force interview, and they had some pretty serious death threats on them, you know?
But let me guess, they just went and did it anyways?
Yeah.
Dragon Force sounds like a band that would do it anyways. All right, guys. We talked about Emily Armstrong joining Linkin Park last week. We put up a poll because we're curious to see how much the community would vote on her being in the band or how they felt about it. It's pretty split, to be honest. 43% of the people say, yes, she's a good fit for Linkin Park. 39% said, I need to hear more.
Fair.
18% said no. I think that's pretty positive in the polls out of that small sample size, of course. There are too many talented female vocalists for them to have chosen her. She's mid at best.
Oof.
Linkin Park now sounds like an average Linkin Park cover band, which is saying a lot since they still had 3 of the original members there.
Oh, man.
First response to it says, the other 3 are irrelevant. though, for the listener. Chester was the soul of it, was the voice you recognized and related with. It's like Queen. They still make music and have replaced Freddie, but nobody can replicate what he was. Now, just a little side note on this. Sometimes chemistry between two people can create great music. And even though they have another great singer, doesn't mean the chemistry between him and the guitarist, or Brian May, doesn't mean the chemistry is good. That's why I thought Mike Shinoda making sure he had chemistry with the singer was a good pick.
Yeah.
And that new song was not bad. I want to hear more before I make an overall decision on it. But from the one song they've released, I've enjoyed it. Another comment here says, when I saw their recent live performance, it just felt bland and missing energy. Quite literally sounded like a high school Linkin Park cover band, but they somehow got Mike Shinoda to join.
Oof. Those some brutal comments.
Fuck, man. These comments.
Yeah.
That they're old. The band's old, guys.
Yep.
So I think she's around the same age as all of them.
Is she? I thought she was younger.
The singer from Death Sarah. I didn't feel a lack of energy at all, but man, guys, it was just been one fucking performance. Let's wait for a couple more before we say there's a lack of energy. I don't know. That's a really big thing out the gate. It is weird that they put up their first performance live, but I get it. Might as well. I would have waited until you guys got your shit solidified, you know? But I didn't see her doing anything much different than Chester would on stage from his last performances. As far as energy. I'm not sure what they mean by energy. Let me know what you all think in the comments or down below. But we have some positive comments here. They all vibe together. That's important. All the things that surrounds her are not relevant to me. The internet is the internet again. Nothing but rumors or people that do not like her and just throwing around with accusations without any proof. Like if one of the biggest bands out there would not do the research, like her voice, her dry humor, and she fits in the band because they can be creative together, have fun together, and her voice fits the style. I do agree that her voice fits the style. That's why I don't think it's some average Linkin Park cover band. I think it actually fits pretty well. But we do not want a Chester 2.0. That would be much worse, in my opinion. Great choice. Yeah, I think I agree with Slippy right here.
Yeah, I agree
with his statement overall. Mm-hmm. But what do you think?
I like what she's doing. Like I said last week, I'm very excited for what they got coming up next. I mean, do I necessarily like the performances that she gave? Not necessarily, but I think they're good.
I still have only heard In the End, and I thought it was good. I need to listen to more.
Here is our initial reaction to the Linkin Park drama that came about. It's right here. It is kind of wild how much drama exists for this band right now at this very moment. Let us know what you think over there, guys. See you in the next one. See you.